half pumpkin, half glam. Why not? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Raquel and this is my first ever Halloween tutorial. So let's get started. Right now I'm going right into it by using the Maybelline Fit Me foundation. My acne has been acting crazy, so yeah, I put a couple of layers on of that. Now I'm gonna start carving out the pumpkin part of my face. I want to do like 3/4 glam and then the rest of my face in pumpkin. So basically I'm just mapping out how I want, it to look where the pumpkin is actually like taking over my face. So I'm just drawing like really jagged lines on my face just to map out exactly where I'm going to get that pumpkin and exactly where I'm going to start doing my little glam part of the tutorial. So I'm just using a little black pencil. I wish I had something better, but I'm literally using anything that I have. So yeah, I'm just using that. And now I'm going in with the, what is that? The Bhcosmetics. Yep, the Bhcosmetics palette. I'm breaking up an orange shadow and then I'm mixing it with my foundation because I want that orangey part of my face to look really orangey. I know that makes no sense. No, that actually does make sense. I want the rest of my face to look like a pumpkin, so I just mixed some foundation with the orange shadow. And now I'm taking a brush to fill in the rest of my face. I want it to get really orange, really try to mimic that pumpkin look. So I'm just going in with that. And then when I'm done, I'm going in with this body paint from Walmart. I got it in the color black, right? And I'm just gonna map out that eye. I'm taking a concealer brush and I'm just gonna try to, draw a little outline of what I think a skull eye would look. So I'm basically merging like a pumpkin, a skull, and then some glam on the other side of my face. So I literally, when I was watching this, I guess I was watching like another tutorial on YouTube on how to draw skeleton eyes. And I just try to copy that and, add my own little twist to it. But literally, you're just drawing like a little squiggly line all around your eye. Got to make it look a little angry. So we're going to do that later by defining places around the eye. But for right now, I'm just going to map out something. This was so hard to do with my hand. I think I was using my left hand. And I'm left-handed, so I feel like it's just so hard to do certain things with your left hand sometimes. I feel so weird. You guys should see me when I try to stir a pot, like when I'm cooking. I look so awkward. Anyways, I'm still, mapping that out. And when I'm done, I'm just gonna color that in. Like you see me cut that right there with the editing. I just gonna color that in with the black color. This took so long to do. Like now that I'm looking at this again, like this, I think it took me like 4 hours to do this entire look, maybe more. And it was like 4 or 5 in the morning. So anyways, I'm going back in with that same brush that I used to color in the rest of my face, and I really wanted to define that eye. Be careful with how I'm going around the eye, and I'm just gonna try to get it to just look as crisp as possible because I do want that to stand out a lot. This is an important part of the process. So yeah, what you see me doing here is just going back in with that foundation and orange shade. I felt like when it dried, it kind of the color kind of went away. So I'm just going right back in with that foundation. I think the key to this look is definitely building on product and going back and forth and getting the right definition. Anyways, what you see me doing here is setting that orange part of my face with some orange shadow. That's all I'm doing, and I'm only using that small ass brush because I was too lazy to dirty my other brushes. Like I don't feel like dirtying my brushes because then I'm gonna have to clean them. So I just use that really small brush. And now I'm going in with that black paint again and just redefining that eye. And then I'm gonna set it with a black eyeshadow. Make sure to be very careful when doing this so that, none of the shadow gets on any part of the orange and it doesn't get all messy. So you want to be very careful. So that's why I'm using a really small brush to do this. Now my camera died when I was creating the nose, but all I really did was create like 2 lines and then I crisscrossed them so that I can get it real pointy. So I hope that was kind of a good explanation, but literally what you could do is just pause this video and try to trace the shape that I made with the nose, because literally that's all I did when doing the eye as well, and just adding my own little twist to it. So I just did that and I set it with black eyeshadow again, and now I'm going in with the teeth. See, now when I'm going back over this video, I'm like critiquing myself. I feel like I could have done the teeth a little better, because I don't know, it didn't look scary enough to me, but I still think I did a decent job. Basically all I'm doing is doing like zigzags on my mouth and just extending that line from the ends of my lips to my ear. When I look at this now, I probably would have done the left side of my face. I would have drew that line before I got to the glams part. I would have drew that line a little up towards my hairline, because now it's not giving me enough space to do all the teeth that I wanted to do. But the look still ended up working out. So what I'm just still doing is, you know, creating like little triangles, and I'm just doing that very lightly because I'm gonna like change the shape a little bit. So you just want like a kind of like a little outline, so you don't have to do it so defined as yet. And that's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing here. This is like super simple. Hopefully when I do this again, I could get it to look more scary and realistic, like a skull, because I wanted the teeth to look like a skull. But here we are right now, and I'm sorry if I sound like really tired. I just came from doing it overnight, and I just wanted to get this video out before October is done. So anyways, yeah, I filled in the rest of my face, the rest of my lips with that black paint, and now I'm drawing vertical lines on my face, just to also mimic a pumpkin as well, because you know like how a pumpkin has those like lines. So that's all I'm doing here. I'm using that same, am I using the paint? I'm actually using that eyeshadow, that black eyeshadow that I used earlier, and I'm just drawing, you know, vertical lines on my face. And I'm not gonna do too many, but I'm gonna do enough so that, you know, it looks kind of realistic. And that's what you see me doing here. Moving on. Yes, girl. So I'm being very, 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 very careful when I do this, because I feel like this part is important because it could look messy really quickly. So I'm just redefining those lines again by going in with that shadow. And what you're gonna see me do now is like blend out these lines so that it looks like grungy and scary. So I just wanted to show you guys how much I'm putting a little product, then I'm going back in, I'm taking away product, so that, you know, if you ever try this, you know, it can look as realistic as possible. This was my first time doing it, and it's not even that bad. But anyway, you see me here blending out that same shadow with a clean brush, just to get that more grunge look. And just be very careful when doing this part, because it could get very messy very quickly. So you just want to keep that shadow very controlled. And now I'm going in with a brown shade just to make it look even more grungy and scary. And I'm patting this all over and just blending it in circular motions or up and down. I think at this point I was kind of like rushing, because it was like 4 o'clock in the morning and I had to work the next day. So I literally just wanted to finish, but it still came out pretty decent. So just make sure that you are, you know, blending that out. I wish I had more time to blend and make it look really, really super spooky, but I think this is good enough for now. So now I really like this part, so I'm putting in some red, and I feel like that made it even more like scary, and it made it more defined. So literally this is just a red shadow. I'm using a mix of Bhcosmetics shadows and Coastal Scents palette as well. So now right here you see me going in with the yellow shade. I just wanted to brighten up that orange a little bit. I wanted to really stand out. So it's yellow, but it also has some reflex in it. So I'm just putting that in all the blank spaces where the orange was. And I'm just being very careful with the placement. I was really just playing around to see how it would look. So now I wanted to add some more definition to the eyes, some like wrinkles. So I'm just going in with that same brown color and just doing a little like line below the eye, just to make it look a little more angry, a little more scarier and grungy. That's like the 10th time I use grungy. Next word. Okay, so now you see me also like just trying to put more definition on the teeth. So I just took that brown shade that I used earlier, and I'm just blending out all the lines, and I'm trying to make it look as I can't use grungy. What word? I'm just trying to make it look scary, okay? And what you see me here doing now is a very important step too. I'm taking that that black paint. I'm taking that black paint that I had earlier, and I'm just drawing one straight line down the lines that I already created, and I feel like that gave it even more depth. I think this was a really cool step, and it made it look really, really more alive and scary. I think that added more character to it. So now I'm just going back in with that same paint, and because the line that I drew in the beginning of the makeup tutorial, it kind of disappeared, so we're gonna just define that a little bit more. I'm just gonna define that, right? And what am I gonna do next? I don't know. Oh yeah, I'm gonna blend out that same line because I want it to look just very as realistic as I can. So I'm just gonna blend that out with some black eyeshadow a little bit. When I did this, I wanted a good like transition between the glam and then the skull pumpkin part of the look. So really I'm just blending that out here, and then I added the brown again to really try to blend that out a little bit more so that it looks kind of cool. Now this part is a really good part to do too. So I'm just extending the lines that I created from earlier, and just making that look like, you know, this skull is like taking over the rest of my face. So I just extended that a little bit, made the lines more pointy. And now we're finally gonna get towards the end of the tutorial where I'm just gonna do my face like I was doing it normal. I'm gonna map out my eyebrows. I'm gonna apply some concealer around the eyes, blend that out a little bit, you know, do my eyebrows, you know, all that jazz, just like I would do a normal tutorial or just my makeup in general. So right now I'm just setting that with an translucent powder. I'm gonna go in with one of my favorite brow pencils, which is the MAC Spiked. And I realized lately that they changed the whole design of the pencil, which is pretty cool. So anyways, I'm going in with that orange color, and I'm just gonna sweep that out all over the lid and try to create some kind of cat eye with it. Then after that, I'm gonna go in with the red shade that you see here in a second. Right there, yep, right there. And I'm gonna go all over the lid too. Well, not really all over the lid. I'm just gonna try to keep that in the crease and like bring it a little bit on the lid. Add that towards the lash line as well. Blend that out with the orange shade that I used earlier, and then I'm going to use this like fire type shimmer shade that's in the palette. I'm going to put that all over the eye and, you know, clean that up a little bit. I just try to make it really simple because at this point it was pushing 5 o'clock in the morning, and I just felt like, what the heck. Anyways, I added some mascara, and now I'm just going to finish it off the look by, you know, doing the same thing that I did earlier. I took my foundation, mixed it with the orange shadow, and I'm gonna put that on my neck. And I'm just gonna extend the same lines that I drew from earlier down my neck as well. So you see me doing the same steps again, you know, using that first initial, on my face I actually used the shadow, but here I used the paint, and I'm gonna blend out that paint down my neck. And then I'm gonna go in with the brown and then in with the red, just to make it look more realistic and more fun, you know? I feel like Halloween is a really good time to be creative, so that's what we're gonna try to do here. And you know, right now I'm just adding the yellow like I did earlier, and now I'm using Nars Albatross just to get a little bit more definition and highlight on the bones, and just make everything look more vibrant. And also I'm gonna add that highlight towards my brow bone, and you have the look. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.